Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Phil from Zaid Comics, the co-creator and writer of Magic Cop, which you can see in the back there, and The Lost Pages, which is now in demand on Indiegogo. Just one half of the best-looking brothers in all of comics, and we are back. It is Wednesday, I think, the 9th, and we're back with another episode of Crossing the Borders, where I go and talk to an awesome comic creator and see how he got into the business. And we talk about his new book. So we're back. We just had him on Monday. He's one of my fellow pals from the Hardline streams. You guys recognize him. We got our boy Sim. What's up, Sim?
What's up? Hello and welcome. How's it
Yeah.
going?
The creator of Blood Hunt. In
Yep.
fact, Blood Hunt is right here on my bed. Look at that.
Sweet. How'd you
Se-
like it? Did you get
Sexy
to read it
book.
yet?
Yeah, I read it. It was super fun. I loved all the goodies that it came with too. You definitely packed it up. Got that awesome 6 a.m. comics, little Vincent
Mm-hmm.
there. Uh, yeah, it was awesome, man. Lots of action. I loved all the action, all the blood in it. I excited to see where this character goes if you get just decide to do something different with him. I know you got some stuff, some crossovers coming with him soon.
Yep.
That's going to be really cool. But today we're here to talk about your newest project on Indiegogo, and to my knowledge, one of your oldest IPs.
Yep. It's actually my second one. So yeah, I first created it in 2009 in college,
Awesome.
and I published the first story in 2012. It was
Wow.
originally meant to be like a 3D animation and eventually maybe a video game.
Oh, cool.
hmm So when I got approached in 2012 by an editor for to do some kind of like anthology that was a bit like Heavy Metal magazine, I'm like, well, it's time to bring that into the actual comic medium, and been having
Y-
fun ever since.
yeah, for sure, man. What I want to do is throughout the show, we're going to talk about the character because I'm really interested in the character and how the character came to be. But well, I'm going to pull up the page here and I want you to kind of like pitch the book and then we can get into the character. We'll watch the trailer as well.
hmm
Um, so everybody check this out. The link is in the description below. We'll be talking about Nat the Merc, the newest book, Tales from the Natverse, out from Sim. So yeah, brother, give us the rundown on this book.
So Tales from the NATVERSE is meant to be an anthology and an experiment into character and world building. So I was approached to do short stories in a magazine called Sidaranine. It's not a magazine, more an anthology book.
Yeah,
And I was like, how can I make that interesting instead of always just making, different short stories? I'm like, and I, I came to think like, what if the entire thing was one character, one story, one story, one story, and throughout those short stories, you realize that they're all in the same universe, and that will lead to the story of the main character introduced in that one. And I
yeah,
thought that that was interesting, and that was not done before. So my idea is when I'm done with the short story and I start the actual book of Nat the Merc, you're aware of the environment of the universe around it. You're aware that Rose is there being a pirate, that you're aware that Lowenny's in there somewhere being a merc as well, and so on and so forth. And I also want to keep it going throughout the stories of Not the Merc as a companion piece. So let's say like Not the Merc, the series is going to keep coming out, but I want to tell a story of another character in that universe, but it's going to be Tales of the Natverse.
very cool. Yeah, I love the fact that we see Nat in here and a bunch of other characters in this universe. I love that. If you guys are familiar with the Lost Pages, that's kind of has mirrors what I'm doing there with a lot of characters, and especially coming from myself as a writer and a creator that has a bunch of ideas. Right? Sometimes it's hard to rein
hmm
those in and focus on some things, and I think the way you're laying things out here is a good spread of showing off multiple ideas and characters and IPs that you're going to move forward with in the future. I think it's a good way to start things.
hmm
And plus, you have your fan base from the success of Blood Hunt, so now you're getting to show those fans this other side of your creativity and a lot at once.
Yeah,
I
and
dig that.
it's also like you know what they call the commandy way.
I know the comic Commandy.
Okay, do you don't know the story behind it?
No, enlighten me.
So Commandi was technically one of the first experiment of somebody just grabbing a book and just going on with it. He didn't have a plan for it. He just went with it. So
Yeah.
just say you know where you're going. You know that you're going to that point. You know the beginning. You know the point, but you're gonna make it as you go along. So you would make an issue, and technically would have to pick up and do the sequel to it, right?
Hmm.
So you start building characters, and the reason why I'm bringing up that is because I did not treat every like when I brought Rose in, right? It's not a Nat story, right?
Yeah,
So
here's Rose. Let me pull her up. Yeah, look at that.
so I came in and I wrote a pirate story, not without thinking about not being around it. You get what I
Yeah.
mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I knew those characters were in. I know that I wanted to have a universe built with all of them in there, but I kind of like not winged it, but I think that's the expression for it.
Yeah.
You kind of go with it, and then you keep on going, and you just go, and you make a match, and you go, I did this, then I'm gonna have to fix that there and do this and do that, and it's a it's a different way of planning your entire story ahead. It's like an improv type of story.
Yeah. Yeah. Look, dude, I love Rose's ship. Is this Rose's ship, or is
Yeah,
this a different ship?
it's her little battleship that she grabbed to go.
I don't know if you could call it little, brother.
It's a one person ship.
What? It's huge.
Look, you see the dolphins next to it. It's not that huge.
That's awesome. Um. Yeah. What about this one with the skull?
That's the pirate ship. As you
Yeah.
can see that it's way bigger than her ship.
Yeah. Yeah.
How
Yeah.
small it is there.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And that's the pirate ship of the people that technically raped her and left her for dead and killed her
Wow.
dad and sold her replacement body. So
That's
she's coming for payback, and that's how she becomes the queen of pirates.
that's sick. Yeah. So I want to talk about Nat and kind of like so when like how long ago did you come up with Nat and how did you come up with him? What are some inspirations you pulled for the character?
Uh, the idea started when I met Michael Turner in a way,
Really?
and he told me to stop knocking at the door of freaking Marvel DC, right? And he goes,
Yeah.
"I'm sure you came up with a lot of creation and characters in the last years through all your drawing." Like, yeah, I did. I'm sure there's one in there, and the first one I mentioned was Wolf Dragon, and back then it used to be called the Everheart Chronicles, and he's the one that told me to call it Wolf Dragon, which was the name of the nickname of the character.
Yeah.
Um, But one of the first the best advice he gave me, but one was finish not perfect and to practice short stories, right? And two, he told me to make sure to create at least one or two books that would allow me to do everything I would ever desire to do in comics, all the type of stories I would like to do.
Yeah.
So Wolf Dragon was, everything I love about mythology and the Knights of the Round Table and stuff like that. Nat, though, was me going, how can I do my own, slash Metabaron slash Star Wars slash, you know, uh, Firefly slash anything I love like Cowboy Bebop or anything that I love
Yeah.
from sci-fi fantasy, right? Not just hardcore sci-fi, like not Star Trek I'm doing. It's, there's gonna be some magic and there'll be a bit of everything in there. So,
Right.
and I'm like, how can I do that, right? So I started thinking of having like a really badass character that could, and the idea was to build a character that you learn as you read with him. In other words, like that's why that he doesn't know much about his past. So you technically get to know him as he lives his life,
Yeah.
right? So I'm like, what can I do? And I'm like, and I noticed that in stories they weren't doing the actual like friendship thing. It was always a bit kitsch. Like it's a team book or the guy's alone,
Yeah.
right? Most of the time it's a team or the guy's alone. And I'm like, what can I do? So the first idea that came across my mind, what if I did I put up a team book together, but it's not a team book. It's just a guy's book with friends. So it's like the idea of us being a freelancer, and we all have a different bunch of creator friends that we help each other.
Sure.
Sometimes we work each other, stuff like that. It's the same type of the mentality is, and somebody like him would live in a universe, would make friends and depend
Yeah,
in
yeah,
different
it's like
ways, and
real life. Yeah,
yeah.
for sure. No, that's awesome that it came out like that. Like great advice from Michael Turner, you know, the awesome artist behind Fathom, a lot of the Tomb Raider stuff. He's just such an awesome asset for you to be able to have and talk to and get some advice from back when you were coming up with this stuff. Really,
Yep.
really cool that, you know, he lended to that.
Yeah, I used to
And
meet
all,
him
you know, also I totally dig and agree with create something that you are going to have fun with, that you're going to be able to tell every story that you ever want to tell
hmm
in this universe. Um, you know, you look at guys like Mike Mignola and using Hellboy, just he's this character that he could drop into any situation that he wants to tell
Yep.
in anything, mythology, horror,
Edgar Allan
werewolves,
Poe.
stuff like that. Yeah,
Yeah.
sure. Um, so I am a big advocate for doing that as well. Like Wildcard is my
hmm
guy where I could tell any mythology story. Like I could retell them with Wildcard in the situation if I wanted to. Um, so that is, allow yourself as a creator to have that room to work and breathe and live in, so you could, conjure up whatever you want to. So I think
hmm
that's great. Really
and
cool. I wanted
it's
to
a it's also a way, you give life to those characters in that universe, right?
oh
So
yeah.
they kind of end up writing themselves.
Hmm.
It's kind of weird, right? When if you're just trying to write something, it's harder. But when you're actually having the character being alive, you know their attitude, how they would stand, how they would, react to certain things. It kind of writes itself.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Yeah, we got drawing aces in the chat. What's
What's
up,
up?
brother? We also got passion for drawing. Um, he says Tales from the Natverse is like Metabarons, but nothing like it.
That's a nice way of saying it.
Yeah, I know Metabarons is a big influence on Sim.
Yeah,
So
but it's yeah, it's a big inspiration for Tales from the Adverse. But like I said, it's a big mix of that and
Cowboy
Cowboy
Bebop.
Bebop.
Yeah. Well, let's
Uh,
watch the trailer.
Tales from the NATVERSE. This ongoing anthology collects short stories introducing characters within the NATVERSE and are all connected to the main series, Nat the Merc. This 64-plus page perfect-bound anthology series collects short stories introducing Nat, Bawani, Rose, Zed, and other characters within the NATVERSE that you'll get to know and love in this prelude. This volume contains 2 previously published Nat stories, as well as the previously published Helena Rose stories, introducing you to those characters. In addition, you'll also be receiving 2 brand new stories by Simon Sim Paultier. Royal Rumble, colored by Seven Legions Michael Beacon. Also, Nat and Zed, colored by Spartan Scotsman of Xenotype. Arm up and fire off into the NATVERSE.
Damn, that was awesome.
oh, thanks. That was made that was done by Red Gaze.
Yeah, Red's killing it on these trailers. It's
Yeah, got
pretty
himself
sick.
some new programs and he's killing it.
Yeah. For sure, man. Yeah, so dude, there's a lot of content in here. That's what I'm really digging because, you have a whole new audience that you didn't have when you put out those original stories. So
Mm-hmm.
what I'm excited about is the stories, seeing the original ones to the new ones and the new colors that are going to be on with, Beacon and Scotsman. That's going to be awesome. We talked about Nat, talked about Rose a little bit also. But I'm interested in is this Royal Rumble stuff because these are, you and I have known each other for a while now, but these are
Mm-hmm.
some characters that I haven't really seen you talk about at all.
No, she was kept in a bit on under the rock, you could say,
Yeah,
until I was
yeah.
ready for that one. But it was teased. I don't know if you remember the first campaign of Blood Hunt. I had an Ashcan that was unlockable there,
Oh, really?
and that was it. I
Oh,
just that
cool.
nobody knew that it had anything to do with the Nadverse. That was the idea that I was thinking of doing. Like tease people like, what the hell is this? And then you get into the Nadverse and you're like, huh,
Yeah, for
because
sure. So this, explain what Royal Rumble is. Talk a little bit about Elrica.
but that one story is a bit different from the previous ones. The previous one is technically, yeah, no spoiler. They happened before the series of Not the Merc.
Yeah.
While that one actually is happening during the
Oh,
series.
okay.
So I'm introducing a character that's gonna have a role playing in the main story of Not the Merc. So in the series, he's gonna go. I need to go meet Elrica, and he's gonna walk in at the end of that story.
Cool. Yeah, so everything will line up. Yeah, I
Yeah.
like that. So basically this um series, Tales from the Natverse and Nat the Merc, which is coming later, it's all a linear timeline. So you're going to want to pick this up because there's going to be material later on
Mm-hmm.
that is all going to coincide with that. It's all going to be related. So if you get this, Royal Rumble's a story in there. You'll see Ulrika, and then you'll see her in another campaign when Sim launches Nat the Merc,
No,
which
another
is
example that's fun is yeah, in a story Nat and Zed, they mention Luwani and Planet 69, right?
yeah, yeah.
But in number two, you'll get the story of what happened on Planet 69.
Oh, cool. Yeah, that's awesome.
So I'm playing with stuff like that because trying to make it entertaining and fun for people. You know,
Yeah, you are
one of the fun things about storytelling is remember when you're watching a movie and people leave you hints. If it's too flagrant, the hints, you feel insulted. But it's fun to that you notice those little hints because it's like a puzzle. You try to guess what's gonna happen as the movie goes along, right?
exactly.
So that's the thing that I'm like, this is what I'm playing with when they're. That's why I said that it was like technically for me it was a big experiment for me owning my storytelling skill, my writing skills,
Yeah,
and experimenting with that and trying to offer something cool and different to my readers. But it
yeah,
also allows me to have feedback as I build it, right?
for sure, man. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, if you guys haven't read Blood Hunt, which was Sim's previous project, he is the king of Easter eggs and hiding things on walls and characters in backgrounds and stuff, and tipping his hat at little inside fan servicey things. So there's going to be a bunch of that in here. There's going to be a bunch of that in the news stories and Nat the Merc. So you guys are definitely going to want that because you hide a lot of cool stuff in the backgrounds,
hmm
which I dig.
Like there in the
And
first page you see there, like in the second panel, you're
yeah,
gonna have fun in that one because you're gonna find Alf, you're gonna find the Lobo bike, and in the scrapyard there's a whole bunch of shit from all type of movies and series.
that's awesome. Yeah, yeah. Sim loves riddling his pages with awesome nods and hints places.
Yeah, but
I just wanted to take a second. Yeah, guys, if you are tuning in for the first time, please hit that subscribe button. And if you're watching, give us a like, ring that bell for notifications because we do these streams basically every week, as well as a Monday night stream with Sim here, myself, and a bunch of other guys that
hmm
some of you could see in the chat right now.
the
We do the
hard
Hardline
line.
stream. Yeah. So this is, how many days into this are you, Sim?
I think I'm 10.
10
Hold on.
days.
I had 30. I think I'm at 20 now. Hold on. No,
Yeah, you're
17.
around,
So
you have
13 days.
17 days left.
Yep.
Yeah. So we're still going strong. Everybody's got to share this out. You know, definitely check out the page. Look at these are some awesome colored panels. I love this one when you recolored that one,
Yeah,
man. It looked,
that's a panel that's for the Not the Merc series, and that's gonna
yeah.
be the bookmark. That so everybody that joined in the first 30 days get a
Oh
free
yeah.
bookmark with that image on it. And the
Yeah.
one
So
at the
you guys
bottom,
definitely want to back now so you can get this sick bookmark. I think this is some of you because you colored this, right?
yep,
Yeah, this is some of your best coloring work, man. I love it.
the three ones at the bottom, that's a sample from the trading cards.
Nice. Yeah. Get some sick trading cards. Um, yeah, Sim definitely does not skimp on the goodies and stretch goals. So definitely get in on the campaign. And if you guys need to wait for a payday, definitely share it out on Twitter, on Facebook, and let your friends know about Nat the Merc, because
Mm-hmm.
this is going to be a long running series. Sim's not going anywhere, and
Nope,
neither is Nat.
I'm not going anywhere. And like you said before, I could have came in with Nat first, right?
Right?
But do we understand that it's a bit more of a risky try to come in, right? So I'm like, that's why I started with Blood Hunt when it was something that was not available in any CG book in a way.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm gonna start building my fandom, and then I'm gonna reintroduce Nat, and I also want to bring back Wolf Dragon, as you know very well.
That's
But this
awesome. Yeah,
this
I'm excited for
this
that. Like Wolf Dragon, he just looks like a total badass as well. So if you guys haven't, if you're not following Sim, he's everywhere. If you're on Facebook, he's got a Facebook page. You could follow him on there. The Art of Sim. Hit him up on Twitter as well. Follow him there. He's got a YouTube. This guy is super hardworking. He's on multiple books at once, and he's been doing that ever since I've known him. So this guy lives and breathes comic art.
yeah, I do. That's all I want to do all my life, dude. You know it. I wake
Yeah.
up, I sit on my table with my coffee mug
Yeah.
till I go to bed. Sometimes I fall asleep on my chair. My bro comes in and goes, "Seriously, Sim?" I'm like, yeah. It's a called power nap.
Oh man. Yeah, look, I wanted this is the I think this is the last one we have to take a look at. This
Oh,
prelude. So
prelude.
what's going on in this story? Because there's some gnarly monsters.
Listen, see,
Look at
and the guy from is the book I was talking about earlier
yes,
goes in and goes, Sim, for this one, can you do me a sci-fi horror, right?
yeah,
So I came in and I told a story, and in the book it was called Fate, just Fate.
hmm
So nobody knew till the end that it was a Nat story.
yeah,
So dude, it worked. People loved the freak out of it. So you set up, it's a couple that gets kidnapped by aliens and get experimented on. And that one is the last comic book. It was 16, 17 pages, and they're all pencil, and I still have all of them. That was before I did the full digital transition.
yeah. Here's something I wanted to point out about your storytelling style, which I really dig, and it's very unique. Not only does Sim have, excuse me, a very unique art style, like when I say unique, it's very him. He owns his own style. Like I could look at a piece. He's probably the first artist in CG I was able to do this with from seeing all of his fan art, where I could look at his art and be like, Sim drew that because he has a style that he's honed over years. But working with him now on the Lost Pages, I could tell his animation background. I know he's gone to school for animation and such and done animation in school, but even here on his old stuff, like you could see the first three panels very animation storyboardy, where you see the mood change and the tears coming out. Even with this, the incision on the stomach, and very unique to his storytelling, where it's like you're watching a piece of cinema or a cartoon. And I dig that. And you use that, you pick and choose when to throw that in there. and it
Mm-hmm.
works really well. And I love seeing that because that's something that's pretty unique to your style, I think.
Well, thank you. I'm honored, sir. Thanks.
Yeah, man. I love that fact about you where it's like someone that is into comics and reads your stuff or sees your art. I feel like they would be able to tell you've been doing it for a while. You have your own art style and the technique and style of storytelling as well.
But
Um,
I, I,
yeah.
I come from the, the mentality of, remember in the days when they were saying like a true comic book artist, master, should be able to draw a book without any dialogue, and people should be able to get the story.
Yeah.
Like
Right.
if you're watching a mute movie, right?
Yeah.
And I think that's one of the things that's lacking. Like you used to watch, like read those old comic book of Spider-Man. You would have, by Mark Bagley,
Hmm.
or even Tom McFarlane would put some animation sequences in there. Like you'd have like a shadow of Spider-Man, jumping from one building to the other and then swinging.
Hmm.
Right, it's stuff that people are not doing anymore. It's that we're telling you a story. We're supposed to give you the illusion of movement. When you're done reading a comic, you're supposed to feel that you just watch an anime or a freaking movie.
Yeah.
That's how it should be in your head afterwards. Not just that you just watch like pictures.
No, I totally agree. Like the comic needs to suck you into it and make you so excited when you're telling your friends and you're describing it. They should be like, What movie was that?" You're like, "It's not
Mm-hmm.
a movie, it's a comic," you know.
Yeah.
So that's the luxury we have as storytellers in comics. We don't have to spend hundreds of $1,000s on blowing up a building. We could draw it and have the motion of it and
Mm-hmm.
still get that impact, which is awesome.
And we can actually get the motion we want. Like,
Yeah, right. You don't have to do it 7 times or hope that it works on the first time.
yeah. I'm going, oh,
Yeah,
dude, we only had one shot at that explosion. Damn it.
right, right. Yeah. So, I wanted can we learn more about Luani? Because we heard about Rose and Nat. Does she have any special abilities?
She's a fully synthetic being, and when I mean fully
Oh,
synthetic, she was built to be Rose's body replacement.
oh wow, that's cool.
And that, as much of the spoilers I'll say about the story background, but about her, I can say that she's fully synthetic, and she was sold, and she became fully sentient. She doesn't have somebody that took the place in it. She was supposed to be like an empty shell, but she became like her own sentient being, a bit like Johnny Five did in short. What is it again? Short Circuit. So that was a bit the idea behind it. But when you meet her, she's being like a security guard for the guy on Planet 69. I'm not gonna say too much about it because that's part of the story.
Yeah.
But she gets freed. But one of the things that you learn from her is that she's one of the best assassin infiltrator you could have, because she can change her feature. She can change her skin tone.
Oh, cool.
The way her nose is. Like she's not a shapeshifter, but she can change her features. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like she could become chubby. She could become like look more Asian.
Yeah, she like
Change
her.
her color hair, yeah.
Yeah, she could change her body and stuff. That's pretty cool.
And she's synthetic being, so she is stronger than any regular, humanoids in there.
That's awesome.
Because one of the things that I want to mention people is that humans are not abundant in that space. It's way away. It's far far away from our galaxy.
Yeah.
So, not the fact that he's a part human. It's not something good in that universe.
Yeah. No, it's an interesting take. Yeah, I wanted to go through your tiers. I see this featured tier with the sexy prince for $69. I appreciate that, brother.
69, better in
It's
two,
very,
right? Like somebody asked me, goes, why did you just call it dual pack? I'm like, come on, it says it right there, 69. Need to be two to do that thing, right? Two to tango.
yeah, man. Yeah, yeah. This is
So
hilarious.
you,
Very on brand for you, Sim. Appreciate that.
so it's two. That's two copies of the book and two sets of prints. And when we reach the 15K, those two prints become four.
Yeah, it says may contain some boobage.
Yep, because you see the boob of Rose in one. You
Okay,
see some
okay.
side boob in another one.
Appreciate that. Yeah, it's good.
Oh, come on. And by the way, there's also some beefcake for people who are interested. There's
Yeah,
one
for the
print that it's
ladies out
not.
there.
Yep.
For the ladies. Yeah, but you're doing standard, 25 bucks for the regular book.
Yep.
If you guys are overseas and can't deal with the shipping of it, there's a digital copy as well. And I appreciate that for those people that like digital or can't deal with the shipping.
Mm-hmm.
The
And
Sim Pack, which is perfect for people that aren't familiar with Sim's art and have not read any of his stories. This comes with Tales from the Natverse, but it also comes with Blood Hunt, which is the book I was showing off right here. We'll blow it up. And this is an awesome revenge story about a kick ass assassin turned vampire. Uh, Really fun read. You'll get to see all that really cool sim style stuff in there, as well as his new book, Tales from the Natverse. So if you guys
mm-hmm.
haven't read Blood Hunt, I would suggest backing that sim pack.
Hell yeah. Because trust me, so far I've never. All the people that got it said they really like it,
Yeah.
and I'm not reprinting that version. That's the first printing. I still have a few copies left. I'm
Oh,
not
nice.
reprinting that version.
Yeah, that's going to be even more rare since it's the first printing.
Mm-hmm.
That's really good. And what was I going to say here? I was going to ask about add-ons. Do you have any add-ons that people could throw on to,
Yeah.
let's say, if they wanted the sim pack and some other stuff?
Right now you have an add-on for the NATVERSE to have an extra book of the NATVERSE. Yeah, you can have an add-on. There's an add-on for Blood Hunt that also comes with the sexy print of Blood Hunt,
Oh, nice.
and there's an add-on for the sexy prints.
Sweet. That's perfect. I love when people take advantage of the add-ons. So, say you wanted to get just let's see something else like this head sketch book and head sketch. You could also add Blood Hunt onto that,
Yep.
so you can get everything that you want.
Yeah, and I tried to give you like very interesting like bundles, but
Yeah.
limited, like not many, but to give you the possibility of building your own. That's why I keep saying like if you were to go buy like one book, right? It'd be 50, twice 50, 50 for two books of Nat plus 20 bucks print, so that's 40, that's 90, and you get it for 69.
Oh, that's perfect, man.
That's why I say it's the best deal for people. And like I said before, right now, because of the partnership between me and Beacon, and we help each other for fulfillment,
Yeah,
it's only $15 for one book or two books for you guys. It doesn't matter.
that's good. No, that's perfect. That's
You guys, I
similar
mean,
to the
in the U.S. to be
yeah,
precise.
right, because Sim is based in Canada.
Mm-hmm.
So uh, yeah, I wanted to know with this head sketch, is it a specific head that you're
No,
sketching? Is it going to be like Nat or something, or how does that
people
work?
get to choose the character they want.
Oh,
It doesn't
awesome.
matter. It could be Cyberfrog, it could be anything.
Nice. No, I love that stuff. Yeah, we did some of that too.
The
I
only
think that's
restraint I
great.
have is on the sketch cover. You can
Yes.
request like like Luwani or Rose be the headlight, the headlight, but the main character on it.
Yeah.
But it has to be from the Natverse though. That's
Okay,
that's the
cool.
only thing I say.
Yeah, so how does this sketch cover work? It's a blank cover that you'll be traditionally drawing on?
Yep, pencil and ink.
Sweet. That's
So
awesome.
you can say like I want the star of my cover to be Nat or Rose or this, and I'll do a nice little cover for you.
Nice, man. That's fun. I really love sketch covers. I'm thinking about, I'm not an artist, so it's harder to put something out like that. So,
Mm-hmm.
but I would love to do something like that in the future because I think they're really personal. They're very fun. And even though they're gonna, cost extra to print those ones, I think it's worth it to have that collectability for your
Well,
fans.
I'm sure you could get some of us from the guys that work. Come on, to
Yeah,
do some
yeah, I would
sketch
love that.
covers for you, and you could sell them on your campaign, dude.
That would be so
I'd do
cool.
one.
Yeah, and if you guys, as well as that sketch cover, if you're a fan of original art, we do have some original pages on here. We weren't able to get that with Blood Hunt because Blood Hunt was done digitally, but I,
Mm-hmm.
I understand some of these older stories you did traditionally. So it looks like the little prelude story was traditional art.
Yeah, I still have all 17 pages of them.
Wow, that's
So
awesome.
so right now, like you have 14 available for 200 $200 a pop, which
Yeah,
is the main story, which is the sci-fi horror part.
yeah,
And the one at the bottom, the reason why they're 2000 is because you're getting 3 pages. You're getting the 2 page birth. It was the epilogue, right? So you're getting the 2 page, the birth of Nat, and you get to, see Nat, and the first time you see Zed and Lowani with him, and then you also get the cover
that's
of
so
that
cool,
book.
man. I'm
So
actually
2000.
really excited about that epilogue for like his little birth there, because I could see like the little picture. You
Mm-hmm.
could see him like hanging, hooked up to a machine.
And
And
you
that's
see that he has his arm, and that's
yeah.
when he meets his dad, Bob, coming in.
Let me see if I can blow that up. Wow, this is actually really good quality. Awesome.
So you can say that my pencil even back then they went. I
It
was
looks
high in
really
details.
cool, dude. The little cybernetic stuff going on with his arm.
Mm-hmm.
That's so cool.
Yeah,
Yeah, guys, this is exciting going through this campaign. I'm even more excited about it now. You guys definitely need to check this out. It's gonna be a lot of fun.
now,
If you get,
do you understand why I'm being I have to be very careful what I say about it.
yeah, for sure.
Even you just notice and you go, oh,
Yeah.
yeah, it's gonna be a fun ride. Yeah, trust me.
Yeah, this is really cool, and you know that there's more of Nat to come. So this is going to be a staple character for Sim.
Mm-hmm.
I'd suggest getting on the campaign, backing it as soon as you can, share it out, let your friends know what's going on with Sim, and follow Sim wherever he's at. I implore you guys. He's always doing sick fan art for a bunch of campaigns and comic buddies. So that's one of my favorite things is seeing Sim's take on basically every character that's out there because he's drawn it. Uh, it's a
Dude,
lot of fun.
building that file, I forgotten I did so goddamn many.
Yeah, man. So yeah, Sim recently because someone wanted to see all of his fan art
Yeah, some
and
people were asking for coloring things through for testing.
oh, that's cool too. Yeah, that's
Mm-hmm.
fun. Yeah, so Sim has this big, was it Google Drive
Yeah.
of all of his fan art, which you guys could find on his Discord, or if you want to drop the link in the chat, you could do that too if you want.
Oh yeah, I'll go get it.
Yeah, so that's super fun because his styles are very memorable.
So yeah, and I even put the non-CG stuff that I did and 2 free comics that
Oh,
I did for
nice.
free for the Fantasticon, but you saw them, the superhero thing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's so fun, man. Yeah, it while you're getting that link, do you mind if I was gonna talk a little bit about the lost pages and then we'll wrap things up.
Yeah, go ahead, dude.
Sweet,
Lost Pages
bro.
is fucking kick-ass.
Yeah, thanks, man.
And by the way,
And
I'm fucking honored and happy to be on it.
you're a part of it, man. Yeah, here we are, the lost pages. This is our newest book that we're doing at Zaid Comics, and this is like Nat the Merc. It's gonna be kind of the Zaid Comics staple. It's gonna be the lost pages and Magic Cop and some other stuff in between there because there's so much stuff to make and so little time in
Mm-hmm.
the in the vast spectrum of
But I
things.
think that was one of the first conversation we had. Was like, oh, I'm gonna be doing that after me. I'm doing that. Holy
Yeah,
shit!
yeah, 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 man. Joe Ball killed it on this double page spread, and we actually posted some new art today, two new things. So if
Oh
you
yeah.
guys haven't checked the Twitterverse today, we'll show you right here. We had the matte black cover. This is sick. Did you see this yet, Sim?
Yeah, I saw it earlier today.
Yeah,
It's
dude.
freaking sweet.
Illustrator Monk killed it. He killed it on the colors as well. Alan, the Howl Comics, did the logo. And the thing I loved about this is Illustrator Monk asked me, he's like, "Hey, did you do you have your own logo, or do you want me to do a logo?" Because he was trying to think of a logo. I'm like,
Hmm.
"No, I already have one. My buddy Alan made one," and I sent it to him, and he's like, "Oh, okay, cool." So he looked at that logo, and then as when he colored this, he did as if the logo was illuminating the character without the logo even being on the page. Like I added that in later. So I'm like, dude, he color matched that, and it's so perfect for that.
It
Uh,
is.
yeah, this
It's
character is
freaking
gonna be a
cool.
lot of fun. We got Ichthyeus in the chat. What's up, brother?
What's
Thanks
up?
for tuning
Welcome.
in. Yeah, so the kind of feel with this character, like it's kind of like a top cowy character, but also at the same time like a young college student mutant, that you'd find in
Like
the
Shadow
X
Cat.
Mansion. What's that?
Like Shadow Cat.
Yeah, sure, yeah, like Shadowcat, like not knowing what her powers are at
Mm-hmm.
first, and she's trying to seek an authority that
A
would
bit
kind
of
of teach
a bit
her.
of innocence that she has and that she's gonna lose while she, you know.
Right, yeah. She doesn't really feel like she belongs in society, and like these powers kind of help her with that. Um, yeah, so she's one of our eldest characters that we created back when we first came up with the silhouette as well.
Oh yeah, I thought she was new.
No, she's probably the second character we ever created. It was
Hmm.
the silhouette and Matt Black. And Matt Black originally was a guy named Matt Black. And his only stupid power is he was like this white guy that could turn his skin super, super black, like totally matte black, because
Mm-hmm.
the original idea for the comic was just a joke.
Yeah.
And the silhouette was like the superhero figure. It was kind of like the Venture Brothers, where you have these serious characters, but these jokes at the same time.
You had the serious one and you had the the loser one and the.
Right. And Matt Black had a talking dog also. So it was those three that were the original three characters. And then Matt Black turned into a chick, and that's
Then
when
the
we
dog find a
published.
psy- Then the dog find a psychical wild card.
Yeah, yeah, that's what happened. A wild card came to be too. So yeah, and here we are. This is going to be the first publication of her drawn. So in the bonus comic. So if you guys haven't picked up that bonus comic, please do so. You won't regret it. And then the other
That.
big news.
Mm-hmm.
What was that, Sim?
I was gonna say that guy's solid. I like his. I really like the cover.
Yeah, man, dude, he killed it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then the other big news is the Dan Frega trading card, the Frega Boom, boom, baby.
Oh
This
yeah.
Crimstone. Look
Did
at
you did
that.
did you Who's gonna be coloring it?
Uh, our boy Passion's gonna be coloring it, announcing it here first.
So, what did he threaten you with?
He threatened me with firing off lettering his book. So
Okay.
no, Passion's gonna kill it. I'm excited to have him doing some more work with us. He's so excited about doing this, and yeah, we're gonna make it as 90s as possible. We're gonna give it that 90s graphical fun, as they say.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah. Frege just totally owned this character, and when was first starting hanging out with him, I'm like, he would be perfect for doing Crimstone. Crimstones are like bombastic, ultra-violent 90s character. And when I approached him, being like, hey man, I would love for you to do a trading card for us. And he's like, only if I could do Crimstone was the only way he would do it, because that's the one he wanted to do. And I'm like, yeah, that's the one that you need to do, man. And so we made it happen. And yeah, it is so cool. I can't wait to see it colored. Um, he totally destroyed it. And like
Yep.
you can look at this thing and be like, he's another guy that has a specific art style, just like you. It's very unique. I could look at this and be like, yeah, Frege drew this, man.
What does he have against Michigan?
Michigan. So this is the Michigan Avenue sign. So Michigan Avenue is a famous street in downtown Chicago.
Okay.
It's like the shopping district over there.
Okay. Got it.
Yeah, very nice. You got the John Hancock building over there. It's the water tower and all
Yeah,
that good stuff.
reminds me a lot of like a pit piece, but
Yeah,
then with Timmy on top type of thing.
never heard of the character.
Never heard of him?
No,
Hmm. Never heard of Delkian either, right?
no. Yeah, man. So let's see. We got Ithacus.
It's
Love the
freaking awesome.
cover for the bonus comic. Yeah, Joe Ball killed that
Mm-hmm.
cover. Yeah, Crimstone is quite popular character for the Lost Pages, but no love for the pianist. Man, we'll show some pianist stuff too
Mm-hmm.
because we put that in the update. I don't know if you saw it, Ithacus.
But
Um,
just wait till people find out about Vane. They're gonna
yeah,
forget
man,
all the other characters.
dude. When I was lettering Vane, I'm like, dude, this story's so fun, and I was like, I I really like the dialogue or the like the narration that I put in there because it's fun just exploring the different characters and giving them different attitudes. And Vane's attitude is just so badass. He's awesome
Oh yeah, dude, those 4 pages are packed. It's gonna be fun.
for sure. Yeah, Ithacus is he's a big fan of the pianist. Um, even before we announced the book or was showing off a lot, I had went on a different show and was
Hmm.
pitching the storyline for the pianist, and he kind of
The
he was
pianist is the
watching
one
and
that's
kind
like
of
the
started
big.
following me.
That's the one with the that's like a big bodybuilder, right? The big strong lady with the wire, right?
No, 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 yeah. Well, look at her now.
Oh.
She's like an acrobatic chick. Yeah, you saw an early concept of her that was by
Hmm.
Maria, and Maria does like mostly thick,
Yeah, she looked
muscular
like she
chick.
was a bodybuilder.
Yeah. So she was a little too muscly there, but here is the trading card that everyone's going to be getting for the pianist.
By Doodles, right?
Yeah, Doodlebags drew this.
Like his art too.
Yeah.
Dude, we got some great artists here in CG.
Oh yeah, man. Yeah, guys. So tell your friends about the Lost Pages. Hop on. Oh, we actually as we were starting to stream, we got a backer for the Lost Pages. So I'm going
Awesome.
to refresh
You-
this. We're at 25,947, 398 backers. There, we
One
broke
backer,
26.
one backer away from 400 backers.
Yeah, man. One backer. So if you
Yep.
guys are out there, get us to 400. We're past 26,000 now. That would be amazing for tonight.
Come on,
And
go get that Biz
also,
signed cover. Still
yes,
have
the
some, right?
Bisley. There's only four left.
And one's mine.
Yes. Hell yeah. Yeah, and guys, of course, the reason we are here is so you guys could check out Tales from the Natverse, back this baby. Let's get
Mm-hmm.
them funded so we can start hitting those stretch goals.
Dude, you guys miss those good old classic stories from Lobo, heavy metal. Remember that good old vibe that you had? Or, if you're one of those fans of Metal Barons like I am, you definitely want this. Even if you're a fan of Firefly back then, you'll love this.
Yeah, yeah, man. This is gonna be a lot of fun. I love talking about how it's a long running IP, so these
Mm-hmm.
characters are going to be around for a long time. You guys are going to be able to grow up with them as well, learn about them as they learn about themselves. So back the books, guys.
Oh yeah, this
Y
is definitely an ongoing. It's not stopping anytime soon. It's stopping when I
yes,
die. And even
yeah,
there, maybe my girl's gonna take over.
hail brother, that would be awesome.
Yes, it would be, dude.
Yeah, yeah. So thanks everybody for tuning in. It's been an awesome show. I love sitting down talking with Sim about these sick characters. Where could people find you, Simon?
Well, you can find me on this channel, so sub and like and share. You can find me on Rotten, Drew, my channel,
Yes.
Simon Sympathier, and you can find me on Twitter, YouTube. You can find me anywhere. Just type Simon Sympathier or the Artisim. You'll find me. And please go support my new book because this is one of my biggest baby and biggest projects. And I really want people to experiment with it, and I want your feedback because I'm building a universe here, and it's it's the one that has the most story and the longest lasting. And trust me, you don't want to miss it.
Yeah, you heard it here, guys. Don't miss out on this. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Trust
You
me,
think,
if we reach that 25k, that 20k, not only do you get a book for 25 bucks, you get 5 trading card, 5 stickers, get prints, and you'll get a swimsuit special.
that's going to be fun.
So you
Yeah,
get
it's
a
going to be
lot
awesome.
a lot for that money that you put in there. So
And
that's my
Sim is good at drawing the sexy ladies, so you guys are going to want that one. Yeah. Yeah, thanks for tuning in, everybody. We'll see you next week and Monday. Don't forget Monday. Tune in for our Hardline stream. Hit the bell for notifications. I have been Phil from Zade Comics. You can catch me here on the channel. So hit that sub button, back the Lost Pages, but most importantly, back Tales from the NATVERSE. And we will see you